32 chefs from across the UK are putting their reputations on the line in a bid to become professional MasterChef champion. The next group of 4 are competing to impress Judge Greg Wallace, renowned chef Monica Galetti, and Michelin-starred Marcus Waring.
Lockdown for me was pretty much all about MasterChef preparations. It's taken over my life pretty much completely.
I would love to just hold my own. It's just under extreme pressure. I'm wondering if I can do it.
I'm passionate, I'm driven. I just want to go in there and smash it.
Well, I'm 100% competitive. When it really comes down to it, I'm humble, but obviously inside you're like, come on then, let's go.
In these extraordinary times, we are now looking for extraordinary chefs.
There's never been a better time to celebrate great food and great talent. The competition is on.
Last week of the heats, chefs very keen to start their MasterChef journey. Skills test first. Marcus, what have they got to do?
Potato rosty with bacon, tomato and egg.
Whoa.
Nice.
Brunch.
Any time of day, chef. Any time of day.
The skill of the dish is the potato rosty and getting that crispy on the outside, nice and soft in the centre, some beautifully cooked tomatoes, bacon and egg.
So quite a lot for our chefs to do there. So how long are you going to give them, Marcus?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Let's see you do it.
First thing we're going to get underway is the potato.
Potato rosty, beautiful thing. It's like a potato hash, right? Grated potato hash.
Yeah. The reason for the grating is to get the moisture out of the potato as much as we possibly can. Salt draws out more water. I'm just going to leave it there for a few minutes, and then I'm going to squeeze it out inside a cloth. All right? You'll be surprised at how much water comes out. So I've just got little tomatoes on the vine. I'm going to keep them on the vine. Oil, salt and pepper, a bit of thyme. I'm going to get the potato, so that's had a couple of minutes now.
That's extraordinary.
If they don't squeeze the water out, that liquid, you know, is going to release when Marcus tries to cook a rosty, and it won't hold together. It will just fall apart.
I've just put in some chopped shallots, a little bit of thyme, a touch more seasoning.
You don't shape that at all? You don't use a ring?
You can use a ring if they want to, but the pan's doing the shaping for me, and I'm going to put a fried egg on top of it, so I want the rosty to be quite big. What I'm looking for is just a little bit of colour on that now. So I've got my bacon. Check the colour.
Those grated bits of potato, they'll hold. They don't need an egg added to them.
To bind it?
Yeah.
No, I think you've still got starch in the potato that'll help it all stick together. The bravery of this dish is the simplicity of it. You're frying off some tomatoes, you're cooking some bacon, potato dish and a fried egg.
Well, they've got to make it as good and as smart as they can. That's the challenge.
Now I want to turn it over. Nice bit of colour, back in the pan. And I'm going to pack it full of butter and little soldiers.
Oh, that's yum. You ever thought about opening a cafe?
I want the potato to be slightly crunchy on the outside, but full of butter on the inside.
You're liking this, aren't you?
I love it. Just take that out.
Whoa! Oh, that's a bit of indulgence, that. Fried egg?
Yep.
Do you not put them in a ring either?
If they want to poach the egg, that's fine. If they want to fry it, scramble it, it's up to them. This is a brunch breakfast. They can do what they like.
Beautiful. You have got a cutter.
Absolutely.
I knew it.
Just going to cut that out for a nice presentation. Some rashers of bacon. And there we have it. Rosty potato, bacon, cooked tomatoes, and a fried egg.
You just want to dive straight in.
Go on, then.
That rosty is quality, isn't it? It's really crispy on the outside, really soft in the middle. Perfect fried egg. I'll tell you what, if I knew you'd do breakfast like that, I'd stay over.
For me, it's just the perfect test of simplicity. Great skills. There's no trick here. Show us what you can do. Have some fun with it.
I think it's a cracker of a challenge. Monica, your expert eye is going to watch them very closely from the other room. I'll see you back in for a lovely tasting, hopefully.
OK.
Right, you and I need to introduce ourselves to some culinary talent, don't we? Let's get the chefs in.
Let's do it.
Hello.
First to face Marcus's skills test is 25-year-old sous chef Otis, who has spent most of his career working in pub kitchens.
I remember it was a Saturday night in a pub kitchen by myself, and I think I had like 70 checks worth of people on. And I'm looking at all these checks. There's a moment where you're either gonna go, I can't do this, or I can do this. And after I got to the end of that service, I was like, yeah, man, this is what it's about. Feeling that pressure, about being in the moment, feeling so alive with it. That's what it's about for me, you know. I'm not gonna stand here and tell you that, oh yeah, I'm the best and all this kind of stuff, because I don't think that I am. I'm just trying to learn, trying to get better every day. But definitely, if there's a running race going on, I'm gonna try and win.
Otis, I'd like you to make us a potato rosty, served with bacon, egg and tomato.
Christy.
20 minutes, Otis. Off you go. Cool.
What's your plan here, chef?
Peel the potato, grate it, squeeze out the water, melt the butter, fry my bacon off so it's nice and crispy, and then fry the egg in the bacon fat with a little bit of thyme. And I'm gonna roast the tomatoes on the vine.
Otis seems very confident, knows what it's doing. It's about cooking everything beautifully. Bacon won't take long to cook. You want to think about squeezing that water out of the rosty and getting that started.
Just put an egg yolk in.
An egg
bind
yolk.
it together. I got my butter melting on the side.
So he's dropped an egg yolk in there and clarified butter. And then he's squeezing it with the egg in it. I've never seen it done that way.
6 minutes gone, chef. OK, 14
Appreciate it.
minutes left. How's it going?
Yeah, man, it's all right.
You seem very calm. Well done.
Thank you, man.
Bacon's a bit burnt.
Why are you here with us? Why are you here on MasterChef?
I want to see how good I am. Like, I've been cooking for a lot of years now, really. I want to see where am I with it all, you know? Just get some good feedback of some amazing chefs, really.
I'm concerned that it won't cook in the middle because it's very thick.
So what are you doing with those?
I'm just going to make up a little, like, thyme and tomato little salsa-y thing, just to elevate it a little bit, really.
OK.
4 minutes left.
I'm not a fan of that egg. It's getting a bit crispy on the bottom. The bacon's a bit dry now. I'm not sure if it's actually cooked through.
All done, Otis?
I hope it's cooked.
We hope it's cooked.
That's some crispy bacon there. Right, Otis?
How you doing, Monica? You well?
Yeah.
Otis, I think where we've got to start is the centre point of the dish, which is the potato rosty, which isn't cooked, unfortunately. You needed to get it thinner. You don't really need an egg, but there's no harm in putting it in. Tomatoes are nice. Bacon's just a little bit overcooked. Your fried egg, too long in the pan. It's really brown underneath. What was interesting, you did the little tomato around the outside, which wasn't necessary, but it was a nice touch. But you should have got that potato rosty on sooner.
Tomato sauce is a nice idea. It's nice and fresh. The rosty is really lovely and buttery and well seasoned. It's just not cooked all the way through the middle.
I think you could have spent the time a bit more wisely. For example, the bacon you got on, you know that's not going to take too long to cook. The same with your egg. It's just pay attention to those finer details, everything. Not a bad start, though.
We'll see you in the next round. Thank you.
Thank you. I feel all right. I know I didn't get it perfect, but it's all good, man. It was a nice way to break the ice.
Next up is Canadian-born Carla, who has been a chef for 36 years and now runs a seafood restaurant on the remote island of Mull in Scotland.
Life as a chef on Mull is ideal. I get to forage for my own ingredients. We have everything from some of the best scallops in the UK to lobster to crab, sea urchin, octopus, wild deer, organic beef. Need I go on? I have no training. I've worked in restaurants my entire life, so it's the school of experience. But very good at flying by the seat of my pants.
Carla, I'd like you to make for us a potato rosty with bacon, eggs, and tomato. You don't look too happy, Carla. What's wrong?
Oh, I'm just a bit nervous all of a sudden.
Oh, come on, Carla.
Everybody is.
Yeah, I'm sure.
20 minutes, off you go.
Right, tomatoes are in the oven.
Tell me the story of Vancouver to the Isle of Mull, please.
Got a job as a chef on a neighboring isle. Met a sexy, rugged Scottish fisherman. And the rest is history.
Tell me how you're going to make your potato rosty.
I usually make it by grating onion and potatoes together, and then I season it. Sometimes I put salt on the potatoes and put them in a cloth and squeeze them to get the extra moisture out.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
She's got the shallot grated in there. That works. I actually quite like it like that because it softens it as well. There's muslin in front of her. She hasn't seen the muslin. It's right there. Nice. She hopes she packs it down properly so it really holds.
Carla, can I ask you, why did you want to come onto MasterChef?
I like to do something vaguely crazy every now and then, and this is it this year, I think.
No, this is definitely it.
The rosty needs a little bit more oil, a bit of butter.
You have 7 minutes left.
Okay.
Is there any foraging in on
Yeah, we do. I've got a 7-acre crop. I once made a cream cheese. Instead of using rennet, I thickened it with the sap of a tuberous begonia, as per an ancient Chinese recipe. I try and do a very weird lunch once a year, a tasting menu of really oddly foraged items.
Bacon looks good. That rosty is screaming out for some love.
Do we have any vinegar or anything for the egg?
Poached egg would work even without vinegar, but it's your call. You done?
I'm done.
She managed it. Good on her.
Hi.
You all right, Carla?
Yes, I'm lovely now. Thank you for asking.
Now, well, it was good to see you sort of settle into it eventually.
Thank you.
We have a rosty, we've got the cooked tomatoes, we've got an egg, and we've got bacon. What we don't have is refinement. The potato rosty is a little bit rough around the edges, crispy, and burnt, unfortunately. You just could have taken your time a little bit more. I think you know what to do. I think you've done this time and time again.
Yeah. It was not a good example of my cooking skills.
Few too many tomatoes for me.
I guess I was cooking for a lumberjack.
Bacon's cooked nicely. You took the rind off. I'm pleased about that. You got seasoning on your egg. Your rosty's burnt. Apart from that, Carla, do you know what? I think you're fine.
So you've made a rosty, but it was when you changed it to the back stove, you completely forgot about it. You know, it was screaming out for some attention. But I like the thinness of it. Poached egg, it's poached, but it's a bit over. You know how to do it. You should take more care in making sure that every part of this is done beautifully.
Thank you.
Carla, thank you very much.
There were some issues, but where she's from and what she's doing sounds so interesting.
I'm very disappointed in myself. I wasn't thinking properly because of the nerves, I guess. I'm just afraid that I'm going to do the same thing with my cooking.
2 more chefs outside. I'm very much looking forward to meeting them. This is your skills test, of course, Monica. What are you going to ask our chefs to do?
I'd like our chefs to make us tempura mussels with a smoked garlic aioli.
Wow. It's got skill written all over it, really. Getting that batter just right, cooking the mussels, getting the aioli tasting right.
How long are you going to give them?
We're giving our chefs 20 minutes.
Show us how it's done.
So we've got some beautiful fresh mussels here.
I've been told if they're open before they're cooked, don't use them. If they're not open when they're cooked, don't use them. Is that right?
That's right, yeah. But I also want the bigger ones. I'm going to tempura them. So the bigger the mussels, the better.
Always important with shellfish, Greg, especially with mussels, to give them a really good wash, get the sand out. Pretty straightforward. Our chefs should know what to do with these.
If you're going to tempura, you need to actually pre-cook the mussels before. It's going to be pretty tough to try and cook them from raw in a tempura as well. So in the pan, a little bit of garlic, some shallots, just to add a bit more flavour to the mussels when they're cooked off. I've taken the stems off the lovely herbs here. I find you get more flavour out of the stems.
I think they're more likely to come across more marinara than they are tempura mussel. But, you know, if they've cooked mussels and if they've made tempura, it don't take that much to put them both together, does it?
Really hot pan, and then I've put in some white wine. This is only going to take a minute or 2. The mussels will open up. We don't want to cook them too much because they're going to be cooked again in the tempura. Now we have it. I'm just going to let them cool. So the next thing I'm going to do is make my aioli. It's an eggless aioli, so proper old-fashioned.
I don't get that. Aioli's mayonnaise, right? Garlic mayonnaise.
You can get it with mayonnaise, but I want the real aioli here.
Ooh.
So in here, I've got the garlic, which I've sliced up, some salt. I'm going to give a light squeeze of lemon juice. And first, I want to really blend this down. It's really important that you break this garlic down. This is what's going to emulsify that oil.
I'm so intrigued here.
You've got to add that oil gradually. You add too much, too quick, and it will split.
I don't think our chefs will know how to do this. To think of garlic blitzed and to turn it into an emulsification, that's a leap of faith.
Yeah. Incredible. Is that smooth like a mayonnaise, or is that
Thick,
slightly...
like a mayonnaise. You know, you can pass this if you want that really smooth texture, but I quite like it like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to make the tempura batter. They're mussels, they're delicate. I want to taste the mussels under the tempura mix, so I don't want this to be a thick batter. So some plain flour, some corn flour I'm using, and the corn flour binds the flour more, so it makes it much lighter. Then I'm gradually mixing in sparkling water, makes it more airy. Okay, so gradually, so make sure it's not got any lumps. So as I'm taking the mussels out, I just want to remove any excess liquid so that the batter will stick to it properly.
Right, OK.
You've got to get the consistency of a tempura batter right.
What you're checking here is the thickness of the batter, right?
Yeah, so you can see it's very light, okay? As I said, I want to be able to taste the mussel.
So it'd be nice if they checked, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think they would. So I'm happy with that, so in they go.
Well, they've already had some cooking, so they're not going to take very long in there at all,
Not
are
at
they?
all, not at all. Actually, they're done. Just a little bit of salt. There we have it, guys. Tempuraed mussels with a smoked garlic aioli.
That is the strongest aioli I've ever had. It's really powerful with garlic, but it's beautifully smooth. And then you get through that very light, crispy batter into the most definitely sweet mussels. That's a lovely balance.
That is big punch, isn't it? I think what's really nice is you still retain the sweetness of the mussel underneath the batter.
But they're so soft. There's hardly any chew on them. Fabulous challenge. This is going to make them think. Marcus, you are going to be the eye in the sky, watching them very closely. We'll see you back for the tasting. Let's get our chefs in.
First to face Monica's skills test is 22-year-old Reece, who is junior sous chef of a boutique hotel in Derbyshire.
I'm really passionate. Really, really passionate. I have to make sure things are perfect. I do long days at work, and then I'll come back at home and I'll still be practicing and cooking. I'm literally non-stop. All the other chefs that have met me are just like, you need to give it a rest. You don't go fishing for compliments, but it's nice when you actually have put your heart on a plate and someone really respects that and how much hard work it actually takes to put into a dish. It does, you know, affect you. I want to prove to people that don't just be comfortable in your life. Go out there and try and be something. Why not? It doesn't hurt, does it? You never know when your last day is.
Reece, I would like you to make us tempura mussels served with a garlic aioli.
OK.
You have 20 minutes.
Perfect.
Off you go. So what's your plan?
Get some flavour into the stock that I'm cooking them in. Add my white wine until they open up.
So why MasterChef now?
I just feel I'm ready. I feel I can prove something to myself. I've watched it for many years and always thought, could I do that? Could I do better? How's the pressure? But yeah, why not give it a go?
Mussels look good. You don't want to cook them too long.
Tell me your plan for the mussels now, please.
Make this tempura, and yeah, just make a nice, light, crispy batter. Some sparkling water, I presume.
It is working everything out with the ingredients that are in front of him, which is what you're supposed to do. But it's very good to see in such a young chef. I like that.
You look very comfortable in the kitchen. You've made tempura a few times?
Yeah, a few times, many different ways, to be honest with you, but it's always down to the basics. If you have good fundamentals, I guess you can give anything a good shot.
What herbs have you put in your batter?
Dill and parsley and a bit of lemon zest just for a bit of freshness.
Nice.
I like dusting the flour. It's not a bad thing to do. Helps the batter stick to the mussel.
Need to start this garlic aioli.
11 minutes to go. Nearly halfway there, Reece.
OK.
You should let the machine do that for him.
Might have to re-blend it in order for it to emulsify because it's going to split.
Here we go, back in.
It's coming together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost like a paste. Cool. It's got a burn. It needs more oil. Take that edge off it. Try this again.
I may have just added too much oil.
Oh, God. It's too thin.
Too thin. Yeah. We've got 5 minutes. We need the tempura mussels now.
Yep.
That looks very thin. I'll be surprised if they're coated in the batter. The problem you've got is if you've not done a tester and you've just put all your mussels in the deep fat fryer, you've got nowhere to go. You can't rectify it. Yeah, far too thin.
You done?
Yep.
Hello, Reece.
Hi, Marcus.
Reece, the mussels, you prepared them beautifully, cooked them like you should in a hot pan. Your tempura, I like that you put the herbs through it and then a bit of lemon, but it was slightly runny. And also, because you hadn't dried the mussels out and then put them into some flour, it was soaking that flour up. So this is what we have. As you can see, the flour's sort of gone into the mussel. You know, it's become a bit of a paste. But the mussels are beautiful. They haven't overcooked. The aioli, you went about it the right way. It's just a bit too liquid, but it was very close. It tastes good.
Thank you.
Lovely, plump, sweet, salty mussels, and the ferocious heat of that garlic is a lovely combination. But your aioli is a little too runny, and we haven't quite got enough coating on those mussels.
Reece, you should have done a tester. Test the batter before you put all the mussels into it, because once you've cooked them, there's nowhere to go. Not great, but not bad. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's great potential in Reece. I'm excited to see what his cooking and style of food is like.
I knew what the dish were, I knew how to prep it, but yeah, it's just the nerves of being on here that, you know, can break a chef.
Last up is Netherlands-born Bart, who's travelled the world as a private chef and currently works for a family in London's Chelsea.
Working for the family here has been amazing. I think I'm quite fortunate to be in a position where I'm allowed and able to create something completely different every day, plate it the way I like, and get great feedback from people that also used to eat out and dine in some of the best places here in London and all over the world. Makes me quite a lucky chef. Obviously, I want to do the absolute best I can, and I want to push myself. I think for me, MasterChef is really an opportunity to do what I haven't done before and reach a level that I haven't cooked on before. And the real drive behind my willingness to succeed.
But I would like you to make us tempura mussels served with a classic garlic aioli.
All right,
How does that sound?
let's give it a go.
He's checking each one of them, which is good. Right, mussels are washed.
Did you study to be a chef in the Netherlands?
I did, yes. I did 4 years of cooking school in the Netherlands and worked my way through different restaurants and different places.
What's in the bowl so far?
So far we have corn flour, plain flour, sparkling water, a bit of salt.
Okay.
Coming up to halfway. OK, so you've got 10 minutes left, chef.
They look beautifully cooked. Good that he's trying them.
So you've travelled all around the world as a chef.
I started off in the hotels and then I started working in restaurants and on private yachts in Caribbean, in Mediterranean, around Italy, and lots of Middle East, Oman.
Fabulous.
What's happening with the aioli in that blender?
Well, it's not chopping up the garlic.
No, that's not going to help.
Almost. Yeah, I can't get the pieces out.
The flavour might be OK. We'll see.
But you have 5 minutes, all right?
Yes, sir.
Checking the batter. Let's see if he tests it. That looks like no.
You happy so far?
I've been happier in my life, but...
Those mussels look like they're sinking to the bottom. You've got to put them in gently so they start cooking before they hit the bottom. That's 3 mussels stuck to the bottom of the basket.
Hold on.
Hello, Bart.
Good afternoon, sir.
Quite a nerve-wracking experience, skills test, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You trying to hide the aioli with your parsley? But you prepared the mussels nicely, steamed them off with some wine, exactly how you're meant to do it. Good to see you dry them off too before you put them in the batter. Tempura batter, not a problem. The aioli, you've struggled a bit, and that is really important to break the garlic down before we start adding all that oil. But it has a nice taste, it's just the body.
But when you put in anything tempura battered into the deep fat fryer, you have to be very careful that it doesn't go straight to the bottom and stick to the basket. 3 of yours did stick to the basket, which you lose the coating around the outside.
Batter outside your mussels is crispy. I like that. Lovely plump mussels. There's good seasoning on there as well. Of course, there's a ferocious garlic flavour from your aioli, but it's just not thick enough. Bart, not bad. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's really quite intense. We made it through it. I have to practice my deep frying.
There's nobody out in front here. I mean, this is about as even as it can get. Everything to play for in the next round.
Yes, it is. Chefs, we want to see your signature 2-course menu. Now you have to cement your place in this competition.
1 hour and 25 minutes to deliver an absolutely superb main course and dessert. At the end of this, 2 of you will be leaving the competition. Let's go.
I'm a chef that likes to try what everyone else isn't doing, you know. I treat a recipe as if it was the starting block, and then it's mine to play with, and not just read from the hymn book.
Otis, tell me, please, the 2 courses you've brought into the MasterChef kitchen.
So I'm doing a spiced cannon lamb with garlic roasted spinach, butter roasted celeriac puree, rosemary crumble, and charred spring onions.
Rosemary crumble?
Yeah. Like a crumble topping for like a plum crumble, but savoury.
Right, and a dessert?
Pistachio and lime leaf Genoese sponge with a matcha, cream cheese, and raspberry gel.
You're playing with some big flavours here.
Trying to, yeah.
Otis has got some very strong spices. We've got cardamom, we've got chili, we've got coriander, and some garlic as well, running through the spice mix over the lamb. It's all about the balance of it, because we still want to taste the lamb at the end of it. Interesting sounding menu.
I don't know if I've gone a little bit out there or not with the flavours, so we'll see.
Otis' dessert is a pistachio lime leaf Genoese sponge. It's also got a little bit of matcha cream cheese, raspberry gel, pistachio praline. Love a good Genoese sponge. It'll be nice and light, beautifully baked, coloured on the outside, soft, fluffy centre. But it's cake at the end of the day, and to turn it into a refined plate of food, that's going to take a lot of skill.
35 minutes have gone.
It means everything to do well in this competition. It means everything. Having acclaimed chefs judging your food and having good feedback is what every chef should be striving for, to be honest.
Reece, what are your 2 dishes, please?
Main course is a pan-fried hake fillet with pea puree, Jersey Royals, which I'm going to cook like a mini fondant, crispy shallot rings, pickled mussels, and a smoked bacon and cider cream sauce.
If you're going to do like a fondant, how long does it take to cook those jerseys? I'm intrigued.
10, 12 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, they're not standard big fondants. They're going to be miniature.
All right.
Treat with love.
What's dessert?
Dessert is a dark chocolate and whiskey panna cotta.
Whiskey panna cotta. 1 minute. Sorry, back in the room.
With orange and whiskey snap, like a brandy snap, but with whiskey in. A orange sorbet and salted caramel.
What's the story behind that?
I love chocolate orange, and I love pairings with it, and I quite like a boozy dessert. So, yeah, I feel it's a match made in heaven.
Really love the sound of Reece's menu. The pan-fried hake, you want to be pan-fried gently, a little bit of colour. You don't want to overcook it because it will break up into the pan. Loving the idea of the Jersey Royals, and they're just going to cook like a fondant. What a great idea. You've got purees, you've got sauces, you've got bacon crisps, you've got onion rings, pickled mussels. It's a huge amount of work.
Dark chocolate and whiskey panna cotta with a salted caramel centre. Yes, please, sir.
Panna cotta, it's all about the wobble. It's got to be just right, perfectly set, just the right amount of gelatine. Delicious.
The pressure of the kitchen's quite intense, but I'm here to just prove I belong here.
A little behind, but there we go.
What are your two dishes, please, Carla?
Seared hake with a Sri Lankan coconut and lime sauce, served on some cavallonero with a octopus and hake wonton.
Cavallonero, Italian cabbage, hake, North Sea fish with the flavours of Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
This can't be the first time you've combined this sort of East meets West.
Canada's a melting pot of every different culture, so all the food ends up being part of it from somewhere else.
Dessert?
Pink peppercorn meringues with galangal cream, a rhubarb compote made with my own black elderflower wine, and some nice crunchy granola crumble that has also powdered galangal in it.
Wow, I'm loving the idea of the flavours, I really am, but have you given an eye to presentation?
Yes.
Is it pretty?
I hope so. I hope it's a bit less rustic than my potato rosty.
Carla's menu sounds so interesting and exciting. We've got hake, and then we've got octopus, which she's cooking in coriander, peppercorns, mirin, and Sichuan pepper, garlic, and chilies. She's also putting some of that octopus into a wonton wrapper. Wonderful. Love the sound of that.
Also have a coconut sauce with hake. Is it going to be really big and strong in coconut, or is it just going to be light and delicate? Meringues, you want them to be nice and light and fluffy, a little bit chewy in the centre. You want the pink peppercorns just to give you a little hint of heat as you start to bite through the meringue. Galangal's really good, strong citrus flavour. It's quite sharp and acidic, and it will cut through the cream beautifully well. I really hope she can deliver on what sounds like a fantastic menu.
I'm trying to push my boundaries a little bit. I wasn't trying to be weird or interesting, because that's often disastrous on the taste levels. I just hope that I do the Isle of Mull proud.
You have got 25 minutes left, please, chefs. Just 25 minutes.
It's really hard to define my style of cooking, as I cook so many different styles in my day-to-day job. Cooking fine dining is not something that I do day-to-day. So I've taken all these elements from different jobs over the past 10, 12 years and tried to recreate something really unique and new to myself as well.
Bart, you're so widely travelled. Which cuisine is it that you fall in love with the most?
I would say the French. A couple of amazing French chefs that I've worked with really gave me that passion for cooking, and I don't think that will ever change no matter where I'll travel.
And is that at the heart of your two recipes today?
That is indeed at the heart of those recipes. So we'll have a duck roasted on the crown with a hazelnut puree, hispy cabbage with bacon lardons, and a duck jus with mango and cumin.
Why mango?
Influences from Egypt, I would say. I spent kind of a couple of years cooking there. Do loads with cumin, loads with mangoes, and duck is one of those ingredients I think can really carry those flavors and combine well.
Dessert?
Mascarpone and lime cream with a blackberry coulis, marinated gooseberries, orange tuile, and a fennel sorbet.
What's the story behind this dessert?
Fennel is my favorite vegetable, and I feel that this is just one of these flavors that could go really well in a dessert, but it's not done so often.
I'm really looking forward to the cumin and mango in the duck sauce. That sounds great. There's a lovely sweet mango cut through with the cumin, a lovely spiced cumin. It works very, very well with duck. Hazelnut puree, interesting touch. So we've got a lovely flavour of hazelnuts on the plate. We've got the cabbage, potato crisps, charred leaves, asparagus. Love the sound of this dish.
Bart's dessert sounds a bit like a millefeuille layered dessert, but he's doing a tuile instead of puff pastry layers. We've got gooseberries, mascarpone, lime cream. That sounds fabulous.
Fennel sorbet, this will work very, very well with this dessert. Want to taste the fennel running through it, delicious.
15 minutes! Chefs, you have just 15 minutes.
I've got a lot to do still. Feeling it. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
I think we are starting to plate up and getting the last things out of the way. I think I'll be just in time.
Everything's good. Miracles never cease.
Chefs, listen up. You have just 5 minutes. Everything on a plate in 5 minutes, please.
Come on, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Let's go.
No way. Oh, God.
What's happened?
It just needed, the panna cottas needed longer, so I haven't had a chance to scoop out the centre.
It's just too soft.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's not had long enough.
So where's the caramel sauce now?
Just drizzled over now.
Okay.
I can do this.
Hurry up, you got 30 seconds left.
That's it, stop! Everybody stop. Well done, everybody.
Reece's signature main is pan-fried hake with Jersey Royal fondants, pickled mussels, maple bacon crisps, crispy shallot rings, whole and pureed peas, served with an apple cider and smoked bacon cream sauce, split with a chive oil.
Reece, the fish is beautifully cooked. It's a little bit on the dark side. Just about got away with it there. The mussel cookery is nice. The bacon crisps are lovely. I like the cider sauce. I've not had that with hake before. Just missing just a little pinch of salt here and there. But I like your ideas. I do.
Your potatoes are a little hard. At your bench, I went, how long are you going to cook them? I'm not a chef. That doesn't sound long enough to me. However, your fish cookery is lovely. Your sauce with the cider matches it really well. And those mussels that have got slight acidity to them as well are lovely. So, not a bad job.
Reece, the plate looks nice, but it does look crowded. The sauce has got a sharpness of cider. You know, it's a really lovely sauce. Your pea puree is not evident. It's completely washed away. And the potatoes not being cooked great. Other than that, I really like the other parts of the dish.
Thank you.
Reece's dessert is a dark chocolate and whiskey panna cotta, served with a drizzle of salted caramel, whiskey and orange snap, and orange sorbet.
The panna cotta hasn't set, but having said that, you do get fantastic flavour of chocolate. There's no two ways about that. I can't taste the caramel because I know the caramel is supposed to be in the centre of it, which is a shame. And I'm not really getting the whiskey.
The orange sorbet works very well with the chocolate. The panna cotta, the dark chocolate, it's lovely. And it's just at the end, I can feel some of the warmth of the whiskey. I could do with a bit more.
The flavours, I cannot fault you, Reece. But you promised me a panna cotta, and a panna cotta it ain't.
Deflated a little bit. I think time just slipped away from me, to be honest.
For her signature main, Carla is serving hake fillet with coconut and lime sambal, Szechuan pepper octopus, cavolo nero, hake and octopus wontons, and a coconut lime chili sauce.
Your octopus is cooked really, really well. It's just soft enough. Your hake is cooked really nicely for me. I love your sauce with a little bit of coconut in it and lime. You've surprised me. I thought it was too much of an invention, but I find myself enjoying it very much.
Thank you.
The sambal is fresh and full of lime. I'm not sure where the wonton really fits on the plate. It doesn't really need to be here. Apart from that, I think it's a very nice plate of food.
Thanks.
The octopus is beautifully cooked, so soft and tender. The wonton, I just find that the filling is a bit dry, you know, and I do question, is it necessary to be on this plate? But I like the ideas of what you've got here. Yeah, pretty good.
Thank you.
Carla's pink peppercorn meringues have been served with rhubarb compote, galangal infused cream and granola, and a rhubarb syrup.
Technically, your compote is well made. Your little meringues are very well made as well. But your ideas on flavour pairings through ingredients, I think is really, really good. To get a sugary meringue and a crunch down on an explosion of pepper, I think is delightful.
Carla, the refinement is the only thing missing off this dessert. I love your meringue. I like the peppercorns running through it. I like the cream with the galangal in there. The gel is lovely. It's got a lovely shine to it. And for me, this was a pleasure to eat.
Thanks.
You know, presentation, you know already. But that side, I love this. Love the flavours, the Sichuan leaf. Can I have some seeds? I'd like to grow some of those. That's amazing, the warmth of it. And so much rhubarb. I love rhubarb. If you're going to use rhubarb, put it on there. Yes, ma'am. It's lovely, and I love your personality coming through this dessert.
Thank you. I'm feeling great about the feedback. I was expecting a much cooler reception for my dishes, so I'm happy. Yahoo!
Bart's main course is roasted duck, served with hispy cabbage and bacon lardons, asparagus, potato crisps, hazelnut puree, chard, and a duck jus made with cumin and mango.
But I think your duck cooking is wonderful, still nice and pink. The mango, because it's been sitting in this sauce, it's mellowed out the sweetness of the mango. So even though there's quite a bit on here, it's subtle in there, and it works really nice with the duck. I like that.
Duck and fruit has always been a match made in heaven. I've never had it with mango before, and it works. But the star on this plate for me is that lovely depth of flavour of the hazelnut puree. I think it's absolutely lovely. It's different, it's unusual, and it works a treat with this dish. That's a good plate of food.
Thank you. You are playing with some big flavours here, and you make them work like an orchestra in harmony. I think this is an absolutely stunning piece of work.
Bart's signature dessert comprises layers of orange tuile with a mascarpone lime cream, blackberry coulis, marinated gooseberries, anise blossom, and a fennel sorbet.
But the flavours on here, the textures are fabulous. The tuile has held, it's got a crunch, there's a slight orange running through it. We've got the blackberry, and then we've got the marinated gooseberries. You know, it's delightful to eat, really wonderful.
The tuile is so light and delicate, it just crunches and cracks through really easy. You don't have to smash it. I love the lime running through in all the little areas. Great presentation, great on the palate. It's absolutely lovely.
Thank you, sir. Your sorbet, that's the main point of difference to me, and I think that is a touch of genius. I mean, who would have thought? Blackberry, gooseberry, fennel, but it's wonderful.
Really amazing. To be really honest, that is exactly what you hope for, what you wish for.
Enjoy it. Bask in the comments.
Yes. Well done.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked. This is awesome.
Last up is Otis with a spiced cannon of lamb, charred spring onions, garlic roasted spinach, buttered celeriac, celeriac puree, rosemary crumble, and a red pepper sauce.
Otis, you've got a lovely spicy flavour to the dish, but it's not overpowering, and you can still taste the lamb. Your lamb could have done with just a little bit longer, just slightly under there. The celeriac could have been a little bit more refined. You've left the skin on. The crumble is interesting. It's quite salty as well. I thought it'd be a lot crunchier, a lot bigger in pieces, but actually it's nice.
Thank you.
Your sauce is almost smoky sweet because you torched those peppers. Earthy but creamy celeriac with the rosemary that's running through the crumb. These things are working really, really well for me. But this lamb does need some more cooking.
Otis, your presentation, you can work on that. The lamb, yeah, it's a little bit under, but I think impressive selection of ingredients and love how they taste together.
Thank you.
Otis's signature dessert is a pistachio and lime leaf genoise sponge, served with matcha cream cheese, raspberry gel, and pistachio praline.
I think you're struggling with this dessert, Otis. It's not a great sponge, it's not how it should be, and it's just a little bit tight and a little bit firm. Can't really taste matcha tea. It's probably the cream cheese, because that's what tastes almost fatty, and it's not really drawing out the flavour of the matcha tea.
Presentation doesn't work brilliantly well for me. I wonder why you broke it up. Did the sponge not work?
Yeah, it'd like risen oddly.
Gotcha, gotcha. However, you can't pick up lime leaf in that sponge. You're not picking up any tea flavour through the cream cheese.
The flavours of what you were talking about with your menu sold it to me, which is, you know, quite disappointing when it doesn't turn out. I don't think the desserts worked the way you wanted it to.
Thank you very much. Deflated. Feel like I could have done better, but bad day in the office, man. What can you do?
I thoroughly enjoyed today. The skills tests went without any catastrophe, and the quality of their own dishes, those signature dishes, I thought was really high.
Standout chef.
Bart, definitely my standout chef of the day. Both plates, loved them equally.
I agree. Absolutely brilliant. Good cookery today from Bart. Bart's definitely one to watch.
I liked a lot of what Otis put in his main course, but the lamb was slightly undercooked.
His dessert, though, ooh, not good. The sponge was tight, it didn't have any flavour, it had no energy or life to it.
In a room full of good cooks, I think Otis actually made too many mistakes. Ooh, Reece or Carla?
Reece's main course, the fish was beautifully cooked. Loved the cider in the sauce and the pickled mussels. The pea puree was wishy-washy and the fondants were also undercooked.
The dessert, I thought, tasted absolutely divine. But that was supposed to be a panna cotta. It's supposed to stay up firm and wobble. I think Carla is playing with some really great flavours, and I think she's got a great palate. A sauce of coconut and lime, which actually worked.
But I had no understanding why wonton was on the plate.
The dessert for me was just knockout when it came to the flavour sensation that she delivered.
The question I have is, which chef do I want to see cook again? Is it Carla or is it Reece?
I feel I've got a fair chance of getting through. A few mistakes here and there, I can change that next time.
A place in the quarterfinals is something else. When you get that far, it just seems like magic happens. We'll see if it happens for me.
Two of you are leaving the competition. 2 of you are going through to a quarter-final. Bart, what can I say? Exceptional. Well done, chef. You are obviously staying in the competition. Well done.
Thank you.
Otis. Sorry, chef, you're leaving us. Dessert just didn't work for you, did it? Sorry, Otis.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, guys.
Take care, Otis.
Carla, Reece, we have just 1 quarter-final place left. The chef going through to the quarter-final is... Carla. Carla, congratulations. Reece, it was very close. You're a young man, you've got a huge career ahead of you. I'm sure of that. Good to have met you. Thank you, Reece.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thank
Reece.
Thank you, Reece.
See you later. A little deflated. It's a shame I didn't get further because I really wanted to. Like a lot. Like, I was committed, but I don't know. I blame lockdown. No practice. I don't really.
It was an amazing experience. I've really loved it, but it is what it is. 100% fair decision. The other 2 both deserve it, man.
Well, that lovely British saying, gobsmacked, doesn't even begin to cover. I am just totally shocked. It's exciting times.
I'm feeling fantastic. It means the world to me. I have a feeling that it's not gonna get any easier, so I better get in my 5th gear and hopefully do another step up of what I've showed today.
Next time, the last group of 4 professionals fight for their place in the quarter-finals.
Don't like it.
It's like a bionic man. Take it from a pudding lover, that is absolutely delicious.
I'm disappointed for you. This dish could have been something stunning.